Yeah, I'm 10, 12 years in, I got 4 MVPs and 4 championships. Like, but do I still want to do this shit? You know what I'm saying?
You know how hard it is.
Some people say, I want to go play baseball.
Go ahead.
So you want me to pay you $30 million to play 30 games? Hell no.
Right.
No. 80 games is fine, because I did it, Jerry West did it, Kareem did it, Magic did it, Bird did it, Bernard King, like all the great legends before us did it.
The NBA just witnessed something nobody saw coming. Shaquille O'Neal didn't just speak, he detonated the truth. One blunt statement from Shaq ripped the mask off modern basketball, and when the dust settled, LeBron James and Kevin Durant were standing right in the blast zone, exposed by their own contradictions. The timing made it even crazier. While Shaq was publicly calling out today's stars for not showing up to work, LeBron and KD were sitting comfortably on a podcast, laughing, joking about legends, twisting history, and casually disrespecting the very foundation that built their billion-dollar empires. It all started with a simple question about load management. Shaq didn't give a polished, PR-friendly answer. He gave raw truth. You want me to pay you $30 million to play 30 games? No chance. The way he said it wasn't casual. It sounded like decades of frustration finally spilling out.
Garth Gilmore told me one time, he played for Chicago, he said, if you expect to play a long time in this league, you better quit mopping up the floor. And I thought, well, he's crazy, because that's what basketball is all about.
Bird takes it away from Wilkins, goes to the floor and gets it up ahead.
We come to practice, he's on one leg. Like he was hurt the second year, he was on one leg the whole year and played 82 games. Wow. Like, and so he practiced every day and he played every game on one leg. And so he's like, man, MJ, why don't you just sit up? How can I be the leader of the team and sit out and y'all going through all the credit? I gotta be there.
I twist my ankle, and I had a teammate, David Greenwood. He says, you know, you twist your ankle, young fella, come over and sit with me. You know, this is, you need to. I said, no, man, I'm trying to make a name for myself. There's no way I can sit. You know, I need to get out there and show what I'm capable of. I want to play. I want to win. I want to make an impact.
Then Shaq went deeper. He named the men who built the league from nothing. Jerry West playing through injuries that would shut players down for months today. Kareem Abdul-Jabbar grinding through seasons with training and equipment that looks prehistoric now. Magic Johnson and Larry Bird sacrificing their bodies nightly while making what today's bench players earn in a year. Those men turned the NBA into a global machine. They created the money. They created the audience. They created the platform. And now players earn more in one season than those legends made in their entire careers. So when someone asked Shaq if the season has too many games, his response cut straight through the noise. Nope. If we had to do it, they have to do it.
This rest stuff just drives me crazy. You're playing basketball for a living, okay? I understand if you're working in a coal mine, that you may need a rest day after it. You're playing basketball.
The message was crystal clear. Stop complaining about generational wealth for playing a game a few nights a week. The old guard dealt with brutal physical play, basic medicine, economy flights, and tiny paychecks, and still showed up every night. They didn't cry. They didn't posture. They didn't act like doing their job was heroic. But modern players couldn't handle the truth. Draymond Green immediately fired back, defending a culture where healthy players sitting out is treated as normal. Austin Rivers followed with the usual deflection. Minimum games played? He laughed. That's ridiculous. Then came the excuse. The older guys played every game, and now they walk around with bad knees. There it was, fear disguised as wisdom. Millionaires hiding behind body protection while fans drain their savings for tickets, only to find their favorite player load managing in street clothes. Then Nikola Jokic went even further. He basically admitted that being required to play feels unfair. Definitely forcing players to play. I don't know. Translation? He doesn't want to be on the court unless the mood feels right. That's exactly what Shaq is attacking, entitlement.
I mean, definitely forcing players to play. We saw what happened with the Joel. But it's something that probably league wants to, I don't know.
While Shaq was calling out softness, LeBron James was hosting Mind the Game with Kevin Durant and Steve Nash. And somehow, they decided it was the perfect moment to take shots at Michael Jordan. Durant talked about the mental grind of staying great for MVPs, for championships, and joked about guys wanting to leave the sport and come back later. Then the camera caught LeBron. That smirk. That laugh. They were clearly drawing a contrast between Jordan stepping away to play baseball and LeBron's uninterrupted career, framing longevity as superior to peak dominance. Then LeBron dropped the line that exposed everything. It's just basketball. At the end of the day, it's just basketball. Let that sink in.
But you have to really play hard. Does that hurt you physically?
No, because when I play hard all the time. You know, there's no turn it on here, turn it off here. It's just 110% at all times.
To have a long career, that's the goal, to be in the league for 20 years. I tell you, that's the goal.
You know, it's all about winning championships and winning.
And it's just basketball. At the end of the day, it's just basketball.
This is a man basketball turned from an Akron kid into a billionaire with global influence. And he brushed it off like a hobby. Michael Jordan never talked like that. Jordan said he gave 110% every single time, because basketball wasn't just a job. It was his identity. LeBron kept going, downplaying Jordan's era, claiming the triangle offense wouldn't work today, arguing modern players face tougher competition and smarter schemes. Then came the real tell. I don't know why championships are the end-all. Coming from a man who built super teams in Miami, recruited stars in Cleveland, and left for LA when things got uncomfortable, that line hits different. Why downplay rings now? Because he knows he'll never catch 6. So the goalposts move, longevity over dominance, stats over winning when it matters most.
All right, Laker Nerd asks, why is the triangle offense less utilized in today's game?
To try to run the triangle offense right now, it'd be very challenging, just because how the game is played and also how defense is covering.
10 to shoot. Jake going right to the rack. No defensive communication.
Larry Bird once told a story that explains everything. Artis Gilmore warned him, if you want to last, stop diving for loose balls. Bird thought that was insane. Because fighting for every possession was basketball. That's why Bird only played 13 seasons. That's why Jordan played 13 full ones. They burned themselves out chasing championships, not paychecks or year 20 milestones. LeBron has already hinted at more load management. Asked about playing all 82 games, he said, it's a goal, we'll see. That's planting the excuse early.
Why is ring culture so much more prevalent in the NBA than in other sports?
Yeah, it's funny, I don't know. I don't know why it's discussed so much in our sport and why it's the A-all, B-all of everything.
Like you mentioned a little bit about today's game, because we had Clever on here and he talked about load management. He said, I don't know what the hell that is. Where is it going? And that's number one. And number two, how do we get it back?
Even for me, I love the NBA game, but then I turn on to a game, right? And then the stars are not playing because of load management. It's hurting the game.
Jordan saw it differently. You play basketball for 3 hours, that's the job. The other 21 hours are preparation. Being an NBA player is a privilege, not a burden. Jordan cared about fans in the top row, the ones who spent money they shouldn't have just to see him play. Even hostile fans mattered to him. If someone's yelling at me, I want to shut them up with my performance. That mindset didn't disappear overnight. Tracy McGrady admitted there was no way he was sitting out when Kobe, Vince Carter, or Paul Pierce came to town. Sitting out was disrespect to the game and to yourself.
Couldn't believe that an NBA player could make $1 million. And now these guys are so lucky and blessed, and they can't play basketball 3 or 4 days a week. And I know they hide behind all the analytical bullshit from their agents and people like that. What they're really trying to do is extend their career. The way the money's been and going, depending on who you are, you're going to be able to make another 50, 70, $100 million and probably more going forward if you can extend your career 2 or 3 years.
Kevin Durant's baseball joke ignored the most painful context imaginable. Jordan didn't walk away because he was bored. His father, James Jordan, was murdered in 1993. shot, robbed, and left in a swamp. Jordan walked away at 30 after a three-peat to honor his father by chasing the one dream his dad loved most, baseball. So when Durant jokes about going to play baseball, and LeBron laughs alone, that's not harmless. That's disrespecting tragedy. And the irony? The criticism comes from Durant, who joined the 73-win Warriors after losing to them, and LeBron, who repeatedly left teams when pressure mounted. Meanwhile, Jordan chased perfection. In roughly 13 full seasons, he delivered 6 championships, 6 finals MVPs, 5 MVPs, 10 scoring titles, 9 all-defensive selections. LeBron and Durant combined? Nearly 40 seasons and less dominance. That contrast says everything. Shaq didn't just criticize load management. He exposed the lie. Real legends showed up. They honored the game. They respected the fans. And that's why, when it comes to basketball soul, Shaq and Jordan stand on one side and LeBron and Durant stand on the other.